Praveen Tipirneni, CEO, Morphic Therapeutics, Executive Chair, Site 1. So the things that drive me as a founder and entrepreneur, one is, I just find science and technology magical. There's the idea that you can take a pill, you can take this little pill and it could cure cancer. One of the times as a doctor, when you really feel good about yourself, is when a patient comes in, close to their death even, and you can give some IV antibiotics and 24 or 48 hours later they come back, they go out of the hospital completely cured, and it's just a great feeling. And so trying to capture that feeling again and again. The other things I really like, I'm actually interested in seeing the success of the people around me, even more than myself. Like I love watching people develop, I love watching people become, kind of what their aspirations are. And it's been great to see, especially, post Morphic, a whole number of people becoming CEOs and senior leaders. And then the third thing is that I just love the startup environment and how we are all focused on one goal to help patients and cure human disease. My background, so I'm an internist by training. After mechanical engineering at MIT, I went to the Army briefly, it paid for college, and then became a doctor. For me, the science and technology, what was capturing to me, and so made my way to the biotech industry. Initially on the clinical development side, I helped get daptomycin to market at its peak, a $1.2 billion antibiotic. And then from there, made my way to Morphic Therapeutics as the founding CEO, and then of course, executive chair of Site 1. That very interdisciplinary nature, both on the kind of the technical side as well as the business side, has been invaluable. The journey with Wellington actually goes back a long time. It really starts in January 2016 when I met Nilesh, and although it was a bit early for him at that time, when the Series B came around, I could tell that Nilesh really wanted to invest. But one thing that was interesting to me, and I tell this story all the time, is that I knew that he wanted to invest. He liked me, he liked the thesis of the company, but he would not ever lower the bar for diligence and thoroughness. When suddenly we had a big deal coming in, $100 million up front, suddenly Nilesh could make the numbers work, and he jumped in at that point. So we went public in 2019, and since that time, Wellington has been a public investor, in the company all the way till its acquisition, 2025. And then of course, Site 1, in the last year, been involved with heavily as well. So what has made the relationship with Wellington enduring is that they understand the business very deeply. They understand the ups and downs. They're very patient capital. And I find that Wellington is the equivalent on the investment side, that they understand when things go wrong. They understand how to capitalize when things go right. They're always there if you need them. And they're very patient capital. They're willing to wait the time for innovation to really mature. So what Wellington brought to the table at Site 1 was they saw the huge potential upside for the investment and in a very tangible period of time. But the other thing is, if you look at what Nilesh did after he invested in the team at Site 1, he brought in myself, as executive chair, and he brought in Martin, on the clinical development side. So he played a key part in having all the skills required, on the board. And then, because in this case, unlike Morphic, the Site 1 management team wasn't as built out. It was largely just John, who kept it going for so many years. In some ways, the board, in some ways, Nilesh, in some ways, the management, played the role of a proxy, management team, right? That was an invaluable advisor, a day-to-day, mentor and governance, and that all proved key in this case in making sure there was a good outcome.